Hello everyone, this is Daniel and Kelly from FitnessBlender.com, and today we have another lovely workout for you, aka brutal workout for you. This time is going to be focusing more on legs.
So it's a combination of HIIT and strength training. We are going to be using dumbbells, but even if you don't have any equipment at all, you're still going to get an awesome workout. One of us is going to be showing the low impact or easier version, and the other will be showing the high impact or more advanced version.
So we're going to be doing each one of these for roughly 45 seconds each. We're starting with a weighted, more traditional strength exercise. Then the next one is going to be more of a HIIT or ballistic style exercise. We're just going to work down the list.
We haven't included a warm-up, so make sure you get one of those in on your own. We'll provide a link in the comments below. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, we are doing 45 seconds on, 20 seconds rest. There are no repeat exercises in this entire routine, and we're starting off with deadlifts. So go ahead and pick a weight that is going to have you struggling by the end of those 45 seconds. Alright, here we go.
So make sure you're watching your form on this one. Nice flat back. We do more of a straight leg deadlift than a traditional deadlift, so we keep our legs relatively straight. So if you hear anybody ever saying that we don't do deadlifts, they're sort of right. We do a straight leg version. Get that butt a little bit better.
Only 15 seconds left. Make sure you're squeezing those glutes on the way up. Exhale as you press back up.
Again, check that form, nice flat back, slight bend in those knees.
Alright, so there's our first strength exercise down. Next up, you're coming up on that HIIT type interval with a much longer, we're going for 45 seconds. So we're doing ski squats to sumo squats, and I'll show you the low impact version. Watch Daniel for the more brutal version. But we're bouncing from a narrow stance squat to a wide squat.
So squat, out to the side, back in nice and close. So feet together for that ski squat, that sumo squat, toes out slightly. Get those feet as wide apart as is comfortable.
So I've just cut out the jumps here. If you want to make it even easier, you can stand up in between each. Otherwise, stay low the entire time. So out to one side, back to the center, but you're never standing up. So like we said, the second group and our second exercise in each of these groups is more HIIT style, but with a much longer interval. So do not feel bad if you need to stop and take a rest. This is meant to exhaust. So take a break, switch to the easier version if you need to. Just don't stop moving.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good burn.
All right, next up we are doing reverse lunges. I don't know, how's that treating you?
Oh, it's lovely.
So again, lift as heavily as you can so that by the end of the last couple repetitions there, you're really struggling. All right. Back and behind yourself, standing up nice and tall.
Try to make sure you're evenly displacing that weight from front to rear foot. Try to let that front leg do more of the work.
There's about halfway right here. If you find that your form starts to suffer, go ahead and drop your weight. Ten seconds. 5. Oh my gosh. So if you notice, we are breathing just as hard during these strength intervals as we are during the HIIT ones. So this should be a challenge. If you're not huffing and puffing, if your muscles are not burning, consider bumping up the weight you're lifting, and always check your form. So next up we've got high knees. Should be a fun one. So get your knees as high as you can.
Moving a little slow to start. Keep those lungs open. Keep those feet moving. Focus on range first, and then speed.
Keep your core nice and tight, especially if you're doing low impact. You get more bang for your buck by squeezing your core. Oh. About 10 seconds left. Nicely done. Okay, next up we have squats. So just a basic squat here. 10 seconds left. Keep moving. Keep your feet at least kind of rocking back and forth. Boxer shuffle. Just don't stop moving. 2, 1. Here we go. So feet shoulder width apart. Your weight predominantly in your heels. Keep a nice flat back and squeeze up through those glutes as you press up to a standing position.
As you can tell, Kelly and I are doing these a little bit different, but overall the weight load is going to be the same. The mechanics through your body is going to be the same. Kelly just has to work a little bit harder to keep those weights up.
Ten seconds. Keep it going. Oh. All right, especially because we're only doing one set of each of these, you want to make sure that you're really pushing yourself. All right, next up we're doing a plank jack plus a lift. So it's going to be working our core. Not all of this is actually working our core. Way more effective than crunches at engaging your core. So hands, weight in your hands and feet, jumping apart, and then lifting up. Make sure, again, you're squeezing your glutes, pulling your core. If you want to make it low impact, step out, out, and then up, up.
Creeping into your territory here.
Okay. 20 seconds left. Seconds.
All right. Off to the next, which is going to be a side lunge. So feet nice and wide apart, lunge down to each side.
Ooh, nice deep breath here. We are 2 groups away from taking a quick drink of water. So hang in there. All right, here we go.
Again, we're doing this slightly different form-wise, but technically what your body is doing should be the same. The main difference is holding the weights in front. I can keep my chest up a little straighter than Kelly. When she's doing hers with the weight up, she has to lean forward a little bit, cause that lower back and those glutes to actually have to do just a little bit more work.
Why are you slacking then? Is that
what
you're
more
telling
weight
me?
than you.
I'm just kidding. A joke. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. It feels good though. I love this feeling. Okay, next up we're doing a squat to a lunge pop. This is Daniel's new cruel invention. It's gonna burn us out fast.
Yeah. So down a squat, hop out to that lunge, back to that squat.
You want to make it even harder, stay down the whole time. Never give your legs a break.
If you want to make the harder version even harder, get a little jump in the middle.
Ooh. Okay, curtsy lunges. With or without your weights, still gonna be a good workout.
All right.
Here we go.
Start them up. Step back and across, just slightly. Doesn't have to be a huge step. Move more and more as you feel more comfortable. But especially if you've never done these before, start with a relatively small range.
I'm sweating like mad.
Yeah.
I'm doing the low impact version. Low impact does not necessarily mean easy.
No, not at all.
About 10 seconds left.
Just have one more exercise left after this one, and then we get a bit of a water break.
Are you gonna tell them what it is though?
I'll do the honors.
So 45 seconds of jump squats, and then we will have earned ourselves a water break.
Most definitely.
So like I said, remember you can stop, switch to a regular jump squat whenever you want to.
3 seconds.
Sorry, regular squat. So right here for the easy version, if you want to, you can add in a jump squat every other. If you want to build up to doing more, do it as long as you can before you switch to a regular squat. Oh. 10 seconds left. Keep it going.
Oh man. Alright.
Oh my gosh.
That definitely earns us a water break. Go grab a drink of water. We'll be right back. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do the second half of this routine. We're starting off with Sumo Squats, so go ahead and grab your weights for that one. So this one's going to be really nice and wide set feet, toes slightly out.
2, 1, there we go. Down as far as you can control, squeeze back up.
It's going to feel like there's a relatively short range of motion on here, which is perfectly fine. It's all about the position rather than the full range of motion. Just go down as low as is comfortable. Try to get those hips down to the height of your knee. Lower if you're more flexible on that hip, but you're not going to be able to go much lower than that. Just for overall range of motion on that joint, just anatomically speaking.
10 seconds left.
Keep that back flat, lungs open, no holding your breath.
5. Ooh. All right, next up we have a jumping lunge, or whichever version you pick, whichever difficulty level you like. I'll show you a couple different kinds. Just remember to push yourself.
5
There's
more
only
seconds.
10 more minutes left in this entire routine.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
When describing jumping lunges and saying 10 more minutes, it's usually not a good sign.
Sorry. So this is the easiest version. You can also come up in the middle. If you want to add a little bit of a jump into it.
Remember, no matter how you're doing this, keep that torso straight up and down. Weight evenly dispersed between front and rear leg. Oh no! Well,
We've got a flood.
water spill.
Oh my gosh. And that's what happens when you don't put the lid back on. I somehow never learned.
So you've tipped your water bottle over, what, a good 20 times in the last month?
Probably. I'm going for a record. Okay, next up we have a clean and press. We're alternating clean and press here, so we're going to be setting it down in between our feet, in between each repetition, which means that our squats have to be deeper, and it should be interesting.
2, 1, start them up.
You pop it up to your shoulder, and again over your head, but your arms aren't doing almost any work at all. It's all in your legs. Keep your back nice and flat, pull in your core, keep your eyes on the wall ahead of you. Don't round your shoulders. If this makes you feel uncomfortable, you can always stick with a regular weighted squat until you feel more confident on form. 5 seconds left. Okay. Next up we have lateral jumps. So you're gonna drop those weights again.
All right, keep those feet moving. Nice full deep breaths to try to recover as much as you can. Make sure you don't slip in your water over there.
Yeah, thanks. All right, here we go.
Try to jump as wide as you can. Make sure you're under control at the same time.
If you want to make it harder without adding impact, just stay low. Turn it into a lunge, curtsy lunge on either side. Halfway done already. Keep it going. "15 seconds.
Whew.
10. 5 seconds. Keep going. Okay, next up we have a pistol squat or an assisted pistol, depending on your own strength.
All right, I'm gonna try this just single leg, no extra weight. If you can, do it like I am. If not, drop down to Kelly's version. So one leg up, drop down to that pistol squat, go ahead and switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Give yourself a little bit of a break in between each of these.
So if you're doing the easier version with me, you're putting as much weight as you can in that back foot, and the front foot is just for stabilization and a little extra help on your way up.
Really check yourself on this one. Make sure you're not holding your breath. You're gonna have a tendency to want to do that because it's using a lot of core strength to do this with just one foot.
10 seconds. 5. Oh. Okay.
Whew. All right. Forward and back jump squats.
All right. Getting awfully quiet around
yeah,
here.
let's talk and go on.
So, front and back and switch. If you want the no impact version. I wonder how many squats there are total in this routine. Keep it going. Under 20 seconds left. If you want to, you can always hold on to weights for these low impact variations of these exercises. Make it even harder.
Oh my gosh, that legs are going
3
down.
seconds. Careful there. Okay.
All right, calf raises.
Whew.
Select that weight. Doing this both feet simultaneously. Nice and slow, up onto the ball of that foot. Push up as tight as you can to the point where you're starting to lose balance, and slowly back down. Try to keep that heel hovering just a bit off the ground. If you can do this off of a step, by all means do that. You might need one hand free for balance though. Nice slow controlled motion. Tight squeeze the top. Nice and slow down. Got about 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, Flutterkick Squats are next. We're running these down. We only have a few more exercises to go.
Just a few more minutes, so push as hard as you can. Here we go.
All right.
So I'm just doing the motion one leg at a time, cutting out all the jumps.
If your glutes and quads aren't feeling really full and tired by this point, the next time you do this routine, lift more weight, try to move more quickly through those ballistic motions. All of these routines are controlled by you as far as how hard they get. So make sure you're challenging yourself. Otherwise, you'll never get better.
5 seconds.
All right.
Okay, one more
One
set.
more group.
Okay, so
Bridge is next.
I'll drop down on the floor. Oh, got a flood. All right, here we go. So squeeze up nice and tall, nice and hard. Make sure you're breathing as you press up there.
But don't let those hips actually touch the ground at the bottom. You want to keep a little bit of a hover. Make those glutes stay engaged the entire time. Keep that back flat. Don't let it arch. You want to try to isolate those glutes as much as you can so all that drive is coming from just that butt as opposed to that lower back. Keep your weight in your heels. Don't rock up onto your toes. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got power skips next. Make sure that you watch out for your sweat puddles. I know I've got some going on here. You don't want to slip in that. Okay, 5 seconds. 45 seconds of work left. So go as hard as you can. Here we go. Throw in an extra calf raise at the top if you want that low impact version. Make it harder without adding impact.
Drive that knee up. Drive that opposite hand up. Really try to get some distance off the ground for that jumping version. You really want to explode off of each one of these. Almost done.
Woohoo!
Nicely done. Good job, guys. That is the end of this routine. Make sure you get a cool down done.
Drink lots of water.
Yeah. Or if you're glutton for punishment, you're moving on to another routine. Try to get into it as quickly as you can. Otherwise, this workout is complete. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.